Some of you guys might remember in NBA 2K20, I decided to make a deep range shot creator. As the 3-point playmaker was getting a nice little wave, I decided I wanted to go an extra step and make something even better. This build you might not even see in the park most of the time. You're gonna maybe see this build named like 1 out of maybe 150 times you load into the park. It's going to be very rare for you to find this build of being one of the rarest ISO builds, one of the rarest guard builds in the game. So today I'm going to end up making this build on NBA 2K22 current and next gen. So all my boys, I'm going to get y'all a whole tree of these builds for current and next. So look, I know a lot of y'all are tired of seeing the name playmaking shot creator on your build. You can still use the pie chart, but you can get a lot of different names. You could be a 3-point playmaker, D-range shot creator, you could be a shot creator, you could be a 2-way shot creator. There's a lot of names that you get with that pie chart. But as we're going to be making this build, I'm going to tell y'all boys, you can make the build as small as you want to. The smallest as you want to. When I say it's literally no limits when making this type of build, especially the way you have to make it, it's no limits. But all the pie charts they put in the game, there's about 3 to 4 pie charts that can get the name deep range shot creator. It is mostly going to have a lot of green in it or half and half, but it has to have at least over an 85 3-pointer to get the name deep range shot creator on the actual pie chart. But today we're going to end up using the playmaking shot creator pie chart, or you can use the green, a little bit yellow pie chart, whatever one you want to use. But I'm going to use the play shot because I want all the speed I can get. And with this build being a Trae Young build, it's going to be 6'1". Trae Young 6'1", it can be 6'1". But if you're somebody that wants to get park dunks, I'm going to tell you in the future, you might want to make your player a little taller. I know it might be a few of you guys that want to make tall guard builds, and this might be the build that you want to look at, especially a playmaking shot creator type build that you might want to look at. But as of making this build, this is one key thing. Actually, it's 2 key things when making this build. It's going to be the playmaking and the sharpshooting. There's 2 things with this build that you have to keep at a minimum so you don't get a different name. You won't get 3-point playmaker, you won't get play shot. As I raise my ball control to max and I put my post control on 58, you cannot raise your pass accuracy past 77. Anything past 77 will give you the name 3-point playmaker, because once you mess with your wingspan, you will get the name 3-point playmaker, you get the name play shot, or you get the name shot creator. So messing with your pass accuracy, this is one of the 2 that will get you these certain rare names. As you already messed with it, you cannot go past 77. 77 is literally the Q. But when it comes to shooting, you can max out your 3-pointer all the way up. It don't matter what you have. You can have a 91 3, you can have an 89 3. But right here, I prefer you to have a 86 3-pointer. That's the highest you can go with this. The lowest you can go is 75, because once you get to around the 70, it's going to make you a whole different thing. So make sure you make this build with an 86 3-pointer. You can go 80, you can go 75, but 86 is the highest you can go. But now, as we have those 2 requirements to be able to make a deep range shot creator, everything else is in your hands, literally. Those are the 2 main things to get this build as it is. The 86 mid-range, as long as it's under an 86 mid-range between a 72 or 70, and then having a 77 pass accuracy, that's the main 2 items of making this build a deep range shot creator. Everything else, you can get this build to maybe 6 to 5 finishing badges. If you don't want any defense, you can do that. But anyway, if you want to have some defense, you will have to sacrifice finishing. As long as you still have a driving dunk and a driving layup, I don't see a problem with this build. But as you being able to get the 24 shooting badges, I will run 24 shooting badges, 18 playmaking. That's the most you can get to get the name deep range shot creator. So as a defense on this build, you just want to max out lateral, perimeter, steal, and then you can end up maxing out the rebound on this build. You should at least have 6 defensive badges when you end up finishing this build. But if you're someone that don't want defense, the most you can possibly get is around 3 finishing badges, unless you want to sacrifice 1 shooting badge to maybe get 4. But as I got 124, 18, and 7, I'm liking this badge count already. It's not too bad. I would wish for more playmaking, but I can make it work with what I have. 18, you can, as long as you got quick first step, handles for days on Hall of Fame, everything else can work out perfectly. I'm gonna lie to y'all boys, this year compared to all the other 2Ks with 2K20 and 2K21 making this deep range shot creator, I'm liking this way better than the other 2 years. I'm liking this build way too better. It's definitely up there with one of the best deep range shot creators out of our last 3 2Ks. Even though you can make this build to get contact dunks with a different pie chart, I'm liking how it looks right now as the normal deep range shot creator build that you usually see. Not the one that you end up having to put slasher take to get contact dunks on. This one right here, is that one. If you think you're someone that needs more playmaking, it's cool. You still get a good, nice, rare name, 3-point playmaker. So if you want that type of name, you can still get that name. You will still have a unique type build. You can maybe get 21 playmaking badges if you want to raise it to like an 85 or 86 pass accuracy. But when it comes to height with this build, like I said earlier, you can be 5'6" all the way up to 6'6". So if you want to be a small guard, you can. If you want to be a big guard, you definitely can. If you're someone that wants speed out of the build, you will make this build 6'1" or 6 foot. Of course, especially in getting the works of mismatch expert and blinders with this build. But if you're someone that likes being a big guard, I'm telling you, I'm liking the 6'4". The 6'4" this year for deep range shot creator, I'm liking the most. I usually go 6'5" on my deep range shot creators, but 6'4", I'm liking it this year. You can still get park dunks if you end up changing certain things. Even if you want to go from 6'1" to 6'2", 6'2" ends up getting park dunks at 99. 6'1" does not. It literally gets a 69 driving dunk. So if you're someone that just want to have fun with the build and end up getting park dunks, make the build 6'2". But as of me, I'm making the build 6'1" for my Trae Young build. So anybody that's going to try out this build and you want to actually use this, I will somewhat fall between the 6'3" if you want to be a tall guard, to all the way 6'5". You someone that's want to be short, you can go from 6'2" all the way to 6 foot. But when it comes to wingspan with this 6'1", as I make the wingspan max, I'm gonna have a 83 3-pointer and an 82 mid-range. This is greenable. You don't have to have a 93 pointer this year, especially at guard. You don't really need to have a 93 pointer. With this build right here, +4, you're gonna have a 87 3-pointer no matter what, and you're gonna have a 86 3-pointer no matter what. You're gonna have the stats that you had being a default wingspan, but now at max wingspan with this build, it's gonna look crazy. But as you being with a 6'2", you do get the 70 with the park dunks. So if you do want the park dunks, I would choose that. But with the takeovers, it's shot creator, sharp, and play. I'm taking sharpshooter. I'm taking a sharpshooter, and we want to take some nice, crazy, deep threes. We might end up taking some fades with this build. But as of literally having content-wise and being a guard, I would choose sharpshooting or shot creating. But my primary one would be sharpshooting. Of next gen, I can say it took me a nice little minute to try to find this build. Trying to find this build on next gen, I tried to use my type of method, what I did on current gen, but as the builder being completely different, one's pie charts and one lets you do anything based on what your wingspan is and what's your height, I had to really break this down to try to find a decent deep range shot creator. There might not be the best deep range shot creator, but literally for the requirements that you need, it can definitely get the job done. I can say deep range shot creator on next gen, it wouldn't be my first build I would want to create, especially with all the other great builds on this game. If you're someone that wants to be able to do almost everything, this build can do almost everything, but it does lack in defense. So if you're someone that sits corner, this could be a cool build for you to use. But if you're someone that ends up playing with randoms, or you're someone that usually guards ball even if you're at point guard, this might not be the build that you want to use. If you're not going to be sitting corner on defense, I wouldn't want you to make this build. I'm going to be 100% honest and waste your VC. You have to sit corner on this build. Literally, you have to sit corner at all times on this build. But as I'm upgrading, you get a 96 3-pointer, 81 mid-range, and now I'm going to get this build and be able to get contact dunks, the basic contact dunks, not the elite contact dunks, but basic contact dunks on this build. Even if you don't want elite contact dunks, you can change that. You can change that, take it down to maybe a 70 drop dunk, and end up putting it on deep if you want to. But it will give you the name two-way something. It's not going to be a deep range shot creator if you really want the name deep range shot creator on next gen. But as I'm building this build, I did notice I did make a slight mistake, and it come to the speed with ball. You can change speed with ball, and that's the reason why I didn't get as much perimeter defense on the build. Because watch, I have a 93 or 92 speed with ball. I could have lowered my ball control or my speed with ball 2 notches down to have a 91 and 91, and then sacrifice that just to get a little of defensive badges on this build. But as I still have my vertical and my stamina, they're not going up. I have to sacrifice. As you see, I changed it to a 90 speed with ball. You can lower your ball control instead of lowering your speed with ball. But look, as you get that, I literally had to mess with this build for a good hour maybe more than an hour to even get it right, just because of that minor slight thing I did with speed with ball. But as of making the decision of choosing what takeover you're going to choose, sharp takeover is going to be a primary if you're someone that's not good at timing off the dribble shots. I prefer you to use sharp take. If you're someone that's good at doing pull-ups and doing step backs and shooting off the dribble, use pull-up precision. I recommend pull-up precision if you know how to do it like that. But look, if you didn't yet, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, put on those post notifications if you haven't. It been your man ChaMoma. I'm gonna see y'all boys in the next one, and I'm out, y'all. Peace.